Jeff Hurst saw an opening in the defence and achieved the hat-trick.
But Lenny is coming through for glory. A gold medal for Great Britain. A gold medal for Jessica Ennis.
Why did I get into dancing? I went to see a musical when I was 10, and I was just sat there and I was just completely enthralled by all this dancing and singing that was going on. So when the show finished, I turned to my mum and I said, I want to do that. I want to be on the stage.
Technologic. Breaking into classic engine, upgraded, child it, party to impressive, and erase it, write it, get it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, rewrite it, try to play it, heard it, loop it, track it, drop it.
Well, if we're being honest, I think I've been dancing since I was about 3. Because if you go back and watch home videos of me, I was always dancing, like all the time. So there's kind of a sign there from the beginning. I did ballet since I was 5. Musical theatre since I was 10 and street dance since I was like 17. So quite a while really, but in different forms over the different years. I started teaching about a couple of years ago. I love performing and teaching equally. It's been really rewarding teaching because, and I said from the beginning, if I make kind of one person be inspired to dance in the way that I was inspired by my teacher a few years ago, then that's kind of mission accomplished for me. So it's just a new challenge really, just another way of challenging myself. It's important for me personally to stay active and to have something to work towards and to just have something that you can always be bettering yourself. So obviously in a really sport context that means competing against other people and being better than other people, or in dance it means bettering yourself so that you can, you know, see that you've grown as a performer. I think the Olympics have had an effect on the number of people that have wanted to come to class. I definitely noticed at the beginning of the year a real influx of people who might not otherwise have chosen to dance or to do anything active. Nothing else to explain it apart from inspiration that's come from the Olympics to try something new. I think it's important to have something that you can always strive towards and get better at.
I guess inspired by my mum. She used to run when she was, well, from the age of 10. And I guess when I was at school I just excelled at sports day and I took it from there really. I've been running since I was 11, so probably 9 years now. In 2004 when Kelly Holmes won the double Olympics in her 800 and 1500, she was like absolute hero because she did the same event that I do now. And then last year I was lucky enough to meet Seb Kay. So since then he's just inspired me after his wise words that he said as I was leaving Waterstones. Get the miles in and just keep pounding the streets. I'd probably say most of my friends are athletics and I probably don't actually have very many friends outside of the club. This year I'm actually on the committee, so that has been a massive part of this year and maybe even more involved. I've done all the box competitions. I was even lucky enough to be part of the running the Olympic Stadium last year. So that's just been a massive experience. Without the club I wouldn't have been able to do that. In September when we dropped into the new intake, we had record numbers this year. First time I think probably over 100 actually, especially on the girls' side. Cross country team last year went from 3, including myself, to I think that we took 10 plus girls to Bucks this year, which has never ever been done before. My mum obviously inspired me when I was younger, and I hope I can do the same to those that I have joined. There seems to be quite a few like new athletes hadn't done athletics before they came to uni. So I'm hoping that we as a committee will manage to encourage them to stay for the whole 3 years of their university life, and they'll be inspired to continue athletics after university and maybe pass it on to their children.
I've been playing football for as long as I can remember. I don't know what necessarily triggered it, but playing with my brother and my father in the garden was the best way for me to blow off steam as a young child. I was and I still am a massive Manchester United fan. So playing football through the through the mid-90s, I was following David Beckham, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes and Eric Cantona. And those were probably my main idols when playing football. And during kickabouts in the park, we would all try and replicate what we saw on television and pick players to pretend to be. And that's probably what inspired me to keep playing, was seeing these guys on television doing great things. I think football's a great way to make friends, not necessarily with people that you wouldn't normally associate yourself with, people maybe slightly different to you, because I think football's fairly universal. Anyone can play it, and it doesn't matter if they're good or bad. Everyone seems to understand football. It's a language everyone speaks. Why do I love football? It's a very good way to go out and interact and be active with other people rather than just yourself. I think running and other introvert sports can be quite lonely, whereas football, there's very much a team feeling. Following the Olympics, I think there has been a greater emphasis on getting people out there playing sport, and a huge amount of money has been put into new facilities, and that is enough to encourage you to go out and be active. I think that when I leave university, I will try my hardest to keep playing football, as well as stay in contact with the people I've met through playing football at university. I would say on the back of the Olympic summer as well, the team has really been more focused on improving their fitness, on trying harder in training because they want to achieve more. And I think that's probably inspired perhaps by how well Great Britain did in the summer. I think when I'm older, and if I have children, I'd like to be able to coach their football teams. I think it's a great way to interact with your children, like my dad interacted with me. And equally, I created a bond with my brother that you wouldn't create unless you were playing some level of sport with him.